Okay, here we are, day two. I hope that everything went well yesterday with you um, on your bridge design for designing a deck truss. I do want to share with you that 51 people turned in their work yesterday, which is really not bad. I'd like to see a lot higher number than that, though. Going forward, we have 101 students total that should have it turned in. Um, 51 people turned it in, and 3 people had submitted their bridge file instead of a screenshot. So I want to remind everyone that you do need to send a whole screenshot when you're submitting to Canvas instead of the bridge file. The bridge file cannot be uploaded and opened up on Canvas so that I can actually see your bridge. So those 3 people, I did not grade your assignment. Everybody else, it is graded in Canvas. After tomorrow, I will probably move those over to Power School, so everybody will see those grades in Power School that has turned them in. They will not be marked missing until April 6th at noon, which is that cutoff deadline that we talked about yesterday. For today, your assignment is another bridge design. We're going to change it up a little bit. This is something that you haven't had any experience with, but you learned about in the bridge web quest that you guys did a while back, and we're going to try our hand at designing one of those. It'll be a challenge, but I was pretty generous with the budget, and I think you'll be successful regardless. Okay, so let's go to that assignment. It's in my to-do list here, second distance learning bridge design. And what we're going to do today is design a suspension bridge. This is different than everything we've done before because a suspension bridge is not a truss bridge. It focuses on using tension instead of compression and tension forces working together. Suspension bridge literally pretty much is all tension based because everything's being pulled by gravity and by the load that the bridge carries. You're going to need to set up your bridge using cable anchorages, which is one of the boxes that we normally ignore when we set up our bridge. So I'm going to walk you through the setup at the beginning of the bridge design software so you can make sure that it's set up correctly. And if your setup looks like mine at the end, then you'll be in good shape. You may want to do a little extra research just to get a basic shape workout. There are 2 types of suspension bridge that you could try. There's the traditional style. You'll see a lot of photos and things of that where there's big cables that are stretched over a distance, and then smaller cables that hang down and hold the road deck. Another type is called a stayed cable bridge. It's a little bit different design, but it's still very similar. It has a couple of big towers and cables that come down that support the bridge. Your budget for the bridge is going to be $600,000. I think you can make it under that for a lot less than that $600,000. So really try to hit that budget and go under it today, even though this is a totally new design. You'll need to make sure that, excuse me, I had to sneeze. You need to submit your file on Canvas. You need to submit a screenshot of your file on Canvas because the bridge design software will not open, and if I can't open it, I can't grade it. So make sure you do that. And if you did submit a bridge file or something like that, I'd always reply to those people in their comments on those assignments. So check your gradebook feedback comments here on Canvas as well. As far as elevation and all of that, elevation is 20 meters. The deck material is going to be medium strength concrete. You're going to use the 480 kilonewton load limit, and we are building a suspension bridge, so that's totally different from before. So when I go into my bridge design software, and I have it up and running right now, I want to go to the third setup part, and I'm going to reset it to 20, which was my height. I also want to make sure that I have to have cable anchorages, and I'm going to have 2 cable anchorages on this bridge. One will be on each end. You'll notice there's a small little dot here, a small little dot here in the elevation view. I'll go to the next screen, and this one I'm going to use medium strength concrete and the heavy load. And once I have that, I'm done. So notice there's a joint actually buried into the ground. This is your cable anchorage. All right. So suspension bridge, when I think of it as a big tower, kind of like this, that is on either end, that is vertical, and then after that, the bridge is a series of points that are supported by cables, and a lot of times the bridge will or the cables will sag towards the middle. I'm just drawing in some joints here so that I can maybe get a basic shape, and then I would connect all those joints together. And right now there's nothing to hold the bridge together other than just the strength of the steel. And normally we want to set up trusses, but my basic bridge may look like something like this. Now, to keep the bridge from collapsing in on itself, because obviously it's not going to work, it's going to say it's unstable, I want to anchor it to the outside edges. And at this point, it may or may not let me test it. It still says I'm unstable. So it still wants me to come up with triangles. So maybe what I'll do is I will do something like this, where I create triangles where the cables are supported by different directions. Now let's see if I can test it. There, that's a little better, although it doesn't hold up. There's some weaknesses there, but you get the idea. A cable stayed bridge will look a lot different than this. If I go ahead and I just clear everything, a cable stayed bridge actually has two towers, and all the cables are connected to the road from those two towers. So it looks similar to this. And then I anchor it up, get my road deck drawn in, and then I can run through. Okay, so it'll look more in that shape than it will look like something else. Now, obviously, I've got this thing failing. I would have to work on it to make it stronger, but I could try two different types of bridge styles. So everything's being suspended and is put under tension. There's really very little compression going on in this particular bridge. So you can still see, based on my design here, I got a lot of room till I hit 600,000, so I should have no problem hitting my budget. Once I'm done, take a screenshot of this entire screen, upload it to Canvas, and it should be good to go at that time. So I'm going to come back to the Skype here, and I'm going to stop recording so I can answer any of your questions. But I just want to remind everyone who's watching this video later that if you have issues, go ahead, send me a message on email. You can also reach out to me through Skype during the day, IM me, that sort of stuff. It's pretty quick to respond back to you. If I need to talk with you, I can always give you a Skype call back. But yeah, give it your best shot. Upload your screenshots to Canvas, and we'll go from there.